We're here today with Gemma Markham, who is the IB Language and Literature Coordinator at UWC East Campus. And I'm going to be asking her a few questions about the Category 3 Extended Essay in English Language. So Gemma, as a Lang and Lit Coordinator, what would you like to see in a Category 3 Extended Essay?
When we read Category 3 Extended Essays, we like to see topics that students feel passionate about, and we hope that that's communicated throughout their essay. As the Category 3 essays are about language in particular, we want to see a deep exploration of language, and as in text or image, in a source that the students are interested in. So whether it's song lyrics or the media or any other form.
Okay. Would you be able to provide some good resources for students to consider?
So it depends on their primary source, first of all. So the primary source could be a graphic novel like V for Vendetta by Alan Moore, for example. And then the secondary sources that the students consult should be related to that primary source, whether it's to do with the history of the primary source or a critique of the primary source. And the history is particularly important in Category 3 essays, where lots of the students are looking at topics that are very contemporary. So they need to think about the history of where that graphic novel, for example, has come from, in order to be fully informed as they conduct their research.
So they will need to discuss context as part of their extended essay as well?
Yeah, context is very important. They should also consult things like journals, reviews, any relevant dictionaries or etymological dictionaries to find out about the history of different words, for example. And I'd stress that they should keep to academic and reputable sources rather than just a Wikipedia reference.
Right, but they can consult the references or the resources at the bottom of the Wikipedia page, correct?
Yeah, which are more reliable than the Wikipedia entries themselves often.
So just to recap then, the students do need to have a primary text, but then in addition to that, they need to have supplementary or secondary texts to help support whatever their research question is.
Yeah, and that's one of the ways that the students can demonstrate their critical reading skills, which are really important, particularly for the new EE.
Okay.
So those secondary sources in particular will allow them to do that.
Okay. So in your experience then, what have been some common struggles that students have had in the past?
There are two struggles that often crop up. The first one is that the essays become a bit more sociological rather than linguistic. So for example, if a student is looking at how females are represented in fashion adverts, some students might neglect the language side of it, forgetting to analyse the image and the text that come up on the advert. Instead, they might go on more of a passionate rant about how females are represented in the advert.
Okay.
So that's really important to separate the sociological and the linguistic. The second thing that leads on from that is that close analysis of language and text. When we read the Category 3 essays, we want to be seeing that it's been written by someone who's a specialist in English language and literature, rather than just anyone having a rant about the representation of women. So we want to see specialist language and close analysis of text and image.
All right, thank you. Is there any advice you'd like to provide for students who are considering writing a Category 3 extended essay?
I'd say a couple of things. So first of all, choose something that you're really passionate about, something that you care about, because obviously that will make the process of writing the EE more enjoyable. I try and think really carefully about your question as well. You want to choose something where you've got something to prove or something to argue, rather than just describing what's out there already. Try and create some kind of argument that you're going to prove about the media or a text in particular that you're passionate about. Remember to obviously research your topic really carefully, and also research the terminology surrounding your topic. So if you're looking at graphic novels, for example, make sure you're familiar with the terminology to analyse a graphic novel effectively. That, combined with your academic register, will really improve the quality of your writing. Make the most of your supervisor in terms of accessing that specialist language as well.
All right. Any other advice you can give to students, or any other hints maybe?
I think just to reiterate the idea that they should choose something important to them, something they feel passionate about,
Right.
because that just makes the whole process so much easier.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.